Hey there guys, so today I want to do an unboxing of Fullmetal Alchemist, the Fullmetal Edition, Manga Volume 3, as well as the new art book that came out. So let's take a look. We'll start with Volume 3 of the Fullmetal Edition, where you have Roy Mustang on the front, and then we have the spine. This time we get this nice blue color, which is fitting. And then we have this on the back. And this one actually features a slightly different alchemy symbol on the back. It's kind of a mix of Roy's his flame alchemy symbol, as well as the State of Amestris symbol on there. So that's pretty neat. Let's open her up. Put this thin paper here, and we get Roy. We get the table of contents, which this goes from the rest of Lab 5 up to partway through the Rush Valley story. So now let's flip through real fast, and I will show you guys the colored pages, which we actually get a couple of them in this volume, so that's exciting. Here's the first one. Now, last time I did an unboxing video of Fullmetal Editions Volume 1 and 2, I mentioned that the back of the book doesn't have the 4-panel comics that the original Punkabun volumes had. Luckily, however, Vitz has an answer to that. They are releasing a booklet of all the 4-panel comics, not just the ones in the manga, but also the ones that were featured in the Japanese box sets of the Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 series, as well as the Japanese box sets of the Brotherhood series. So those came with bonus booklets with the 4-panel comics. Those haven't made it to the US yet, so this release will be the first time those are featured around here. I believe that comes out March of 2019, so I will probably be picking that up, so let me know if you want me to do an unboxing of that one. And here are the concept sketches in the back. Roy, and then some military officials. We get Ross and Fokker in there, so there we go. Here's that symbol. And that's it for Fullmetal Volume 3. Alright, next up we have the art book. I really like the cover on this. It's like, it features so many characters from the show, and Fullmetal is, known for its very large cast, so it's great to see everyone featured. As many characters as she possibly could. Here we have the spine and the back. And I like on the back, this is actually indented into the back of the cover. So I think that was a pretty neat touch there. Right. Open her up. And this booklet features art from all throughout the series. As the table of contents shows, Fullmetal began publication in 2001 and it ended in 2010. And right next to it we have, next to all the years, we have important quotes from throughout the series. And then we also get art after the series ended. Originally, a lot of this art was actually released in 3 separate art books. I believe only 2 of those made it to the US, and the 3rd one never did. So this has all the art from those 3, and then art that came out after the series ended. So each section begins with an image, and then with the year that all the art came out, as well as some of the quotes from the series. And when we open up, we see this page, and what's nice about this too is this will tell you where the art came from. So this came from chapter 1 of the series. There's a color page that came out. But then you also have, we'll flip through real fast, and then 2002. And all of them. Like this one, for example. This art was a bonus postcard. And then this was like another bonus kind of image. So it's nice because it'll tell you if it came from the manga, if it was a manga cover page, or if it was this was from volume 3 of the manga. It'll tell you if it was on a magazine, on a booklet. So I think that's nice how they tell you where it all came from. And it's a really nice collection of mostly the colored art that came out through the years. It's really neat to see Hiromu Arakawa's art style gradually evolve, the way that she kind of colors her images evolve. So I love this image of Team Mustang hanging out. It's one of my favorites. So it's a really nice collection all around. We have some art. All these images were images she drew for the 6 light novels. Again, only 5 of them came to the US. Vits, I'm still waiting for that 6th one to be translated. She didn't write them, but she did draw this art for them, so that was nice. We have all the manga, side panels, the spines. And then this is some stuff from post-conclusion. So we get And Now. And we get all the covers for the Kanzenban releases that Vits is releasing under the title of Fullmetal Edition. So then we get this nice post-series image, which I really like that. And then in the back, we also get this image that she drew last year for the release of the live-action movie. And we also get this interview in the back, which does a breakdown on how she does her art, from the drawing composition to the painting, and then some of the supplies she uses, and then a little Q&A in the back. So I thought that was also a nice thing to have. So not only do I have this version that just came out, but I also have a copy of the original Japanese version of this art book that was released last year. Now you might ask yourself, why do I have both versions of this art book? Why did I double dip? Well, I clearly have a problem when it comes to Fullmetal Alchemist. No, but the real reason was because there's a decent amount of Fullmetal books that didn't make it over to the US, and I figured since this was an art book, I didn't want to miss out on this one. So I bought this one not realizing that they were going to release this one. And then I bought this one because I wanted all the everything translated from like the image where all the images came from to that interview in the back. So I got this because I really wanted the translation. But, well, still, I thought it'd be fun to compare the two real fast. Obviously, the image in the middle is the same, but everything else, this uses black for the background colors, and this one's white. We have this golden spine on the Japanese one, and then we have the same alchemy symbol in the back. This one isn't indented into the book though. This is actually a slipcover. So when we take it off, we actually get a white book. And we have the spine. And then we have an uncolored version of the image on the front. There we have that. So we'll just take a quick look inside. Black color instead of the red. But everything else is pretty much the same in the book. The table of contents is the same. Minor difference of where the quotes are located. They're off to the side instead of next to the numbers or the years. And the interesting part, if this thing will focus, is that all these quotes are actually in English, even though this is the Japanese release. So I thought that was interesting. Everything else is in Japanese, though. This also has... Sorry about that glare. This version also has a little less empty black space off to the side, so they kind of fill it up with the quote in the background. Actually, something interesting I noticed about the images as well is if we open this up, see here's that, this one has a little more black space. In general, this actually seemed to... The colors are slightly different on both. I guess that's just a difference in the way the companies print them. It seems like the US one kind of has, the blacks are a little more prominent, a little more darker. If you look at like Ed's cloak, you can see a little more black there and a little more red there. But that's only like, that's the very like slightest of differences. That's something you wouldn't even notice unless you were holding the two images side by side. Everything else is exactly the same. So we'll open this up again. And the first page of these two. This one and this one. And then, yeah, just as I mentioned earlier, it's not translated, which not surprising, but yeah, the rest of the artwork is exactly the same as the US counterpart is exactly the same as what was originally published in Japan. And that about wraps it up for this unboxing. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And let me know down below if you have a favorite art piece from Fullmetal Alchemist. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.